And you're on.
Action. Okay. So the first annual, whatever the long name of the tournament was, Invitational is over. We have a scratch score. Mike White had 493. I had 454, and ZDawg had 372. With handicap, I was 10 pins over ZDawg at a 532 at a 522, and Mike had his standard 493. So it was very close. I was holding my breath in the third game. I thought for sure ZDawg was going to strike out and top my balloon, and he didn't.
I tried.
So I'm happy about that. We'll get everybody's overall take. I guess mine was that the lanes were much slicker than I had hoped, but they did oil them before, so they weren't, and the lights were on, and it was pretty good for a Saturday. So I can't complain too much, but it wasn't my normal game. That's obviously, 10 or 15 pins below my average, but I won, so I'm not going to complain. Would these gentlemen like to say anything?
We're going to complain.
Okay, you guys. Yeah, they lost, so they're going to complain. Yeah, turn it this way now so I can eat.
So I'd like to say that today was pretty much a continuation of last night's suckage. Except for the last game, I finally figured out how to actually throw a strike. So, first two games notwithstanding, it was a fun experience and got to play on a little slicker surface than I'm used to. So, all in all, it's a good day.
That's all you want to say? You don't want to say hi, Mom?
Hi, Mom.
Okay. You're going to have to point it because I can't see
All
it.
right. Beautiful. It's like a supermodel.
I thought you said it was me.
It is.
It can't be beautiful. What did we have today? We had essentially a Polish wall, dry in the middle, wet outside. Took too long to make the adjustment the first game. And then when I did, it wasn't all that spectacular. I threw about a bunch of spares. Can't compete with somebody carrying a three-bagger. And what was that, 20-something pins of handicap per game? Yeah, hard to beat that. Finally made it look somewhat decent the last game, but
I will say
I dug a hole that was too deep to get out of.
I will say I was impressed about Mike's game. No, wait, I'm trying to point to you. Mike's game.
Okay.
In that,
As opposed to somebody else here named Mike?
Yeah. In case somebody in the back's named Mike.
Okay.
Because in the second game, it was almost clean. I mean, 7 spares, and he was automatic, which is what I was afraid of, is that if it got close, he was going to be able to pick up spares. And, the third game, he struck 8, 9 times.
2, 5, it's like 7.
I mean,
It's like 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 times. So none of us were striking at all. I mean, I strung a few together, but for him to strike 7 times in the third game.
Well, you couldn't put the ball, you couldn't go from the right-hand side, get the ball in front of the pocket, and get it to stay there. It would jump left. So all I did is moved way left and just tried to stop it in front of the pocket, and hopefully it would stay there.
I think the whoa, that I added a special effect.
Our cameraman just had an epileptic fit.
Make sure it's still pointed at me.
It is.
Okay, it's not like at
Unfortunately.
my neck or anything. It'd be weird.
Yeah, it's always weird. It's at you.
Yeah, I will say that it was a struggle keeping. I think I had an advantage because I was using weaker equipment. So, you have a very strong ball.
No,
so
I don't think the weakness or strength of your equipment had anything to do with it. I think it's just your natural game does not read the oil pattern. So if the oil pattern is weird, it doesn't affect you a whole lot.
Well, and that's another way to say it, is that because I have a weird game, a weird oil pattern is great for me.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because my ball, I mean, I was throwing
It
relatively
brings everybody else
straight.
down to your level.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I try. That's my goal in life: bring everybody down to my level. But I threw at the 9 board, all 3 games. Normally, I will shift and I will move right. Mm-hmm. Most people move left. I'll move right and I'll start playing outside. I could not get outside that 10-9 arrow and have it come back. So with my weak equipment, I was just playing kind of a straight shot with a little bank at the end. You guys had much stronger equipment, especially yours at a slow speed. So you guys had to use the lanes more than I did, so I lucked out.
Yep.
Okay, but overall,
The crappy lanes.
I don't know if they're crappy.
They're crappy, trust me.
Okay, well,
They're
I'll
crappy.
take your word for it. I thought they were really, really slick. I don't think they're as slick
Well,
as.
where you were playing at. If you played in the middle, you'd find them really, really dry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't go anywhere near the middle. I've played on slicker lanes before. I think Carter lanes in Fullerton are slicker, but these would be probably the second slickest I've ever played on. At least where I was throwing my ball, I couldn't get right at all. If you were one board right, you were gone.
And if you had any hand in the ball, one board left, you were gone the other way.
Right. A lot of his looked like great shots off his hand, and then ended up not even hitting.
That's
the
what it
head.
took me so long to adjust. I just finally had to move all the way left and then throw over basically the center arrow just to hit the pocket and not overshoot it.
All right.
But it's a learning process.
All in all, not a fun day.
All in all, a great day for Team Aslan.
Our cameraman's drunk.
My drunkenness in my third frame in leagues last night is carried over. All right, so we're, I guess, signing off.
Where's my tail? I'll put it between my legs. I take my whooping.
Oh, well.
Who is it? TCC student? You lost your life savings.
Oh.
Didn't Iceman put a lot on you too?
No.
No, going
He was.
going
They
into
might have been
this,
putting it on you, though.
I bet on him. So
See, you made the mistake.
I made a
You
mistake.
should have bagged at the end.
I know.
There you go.
I bet $0 on him, but I lost. So, but yeah, I think going into it, when I checked last night, I think you were 64% favorite.
60% fools.
And I think 4 people voted for ZDawg and 2 for me. I think everybody was making the safe bet that the guy with the near 200 average was going to win, even without the handicap, because.
Well, I did kind of address the problem we ran into, but from the other direction. If they were bone dry, absolutely unplayable, scores would be way down, handicaps don't go down with it.
Yeah, I thought that your advantage was with the experience,
Yeah.
and you showed it with the spares and stuff, that you would.
Well, I knew to get away from the area on the right-hand side because it was unplayable.
Yeah, I thought your advantage would be that early on you'd figure out the lanes,
Yeah.
like so fast,
It wasn't there.
you know. And that was why I was surprised when I saw you throw a 127 in the first. I thought, well, there goes his advantage, because I figured me and him would struggle in the first frame at least, or the first game at least, just trying to figure out how to throw the ball. And I figured it'd take you like 2 games of practice and you'd be dialed in. But your first game killed you. Your next 2 games I thought were good. They were. You didn't hardly ever not mark. You know, there were hardly any opens.
Yeah, just got a couple stupid shots.
But that first one, man, we were all over the place. A 129, 127, and 105 scratch.
I dug a hole too deep to climb out of.
I mean, at least ZDawg broke 100 in that one, or that would be kind of embarrassing. But
Yeah. On film? And it's going to be on YouTube, so it'll never go away.
we did have some people show up because we had the camera, so we had some little kids that were showing up, kind of watching to see, like, are these
Photobombing?
celebrities? Oh my gosh, are we watching celebrities? But then they quickly realized they were not, and they immediately went back to their birthday party.
It's like wannabes.
All right, so goodbye.